Hello survivors, and welcome to another video. In today's video we are on version 0.10 of Nordic Ashes. The new beta is no longer available. We are now live, although there were things about the beta coming which brings us daily challenges. This is going to be part of the beta platform, so it will continue further into its intended lifespan in talking about the actual beta. So they brought daily challenges, which you can see says coming soon. They are going to be different challenges. We don't know much about them, unfortunately, but as soon as I know more about it, you guys will have an update video on that. Next, if you have been listening to the background music, I will turn it up quickly more. But the developers have teamed up with Ruben Melia. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Sorry if I never, but it was to bring us a new music to the front screen, to the main menu, and there is going to be more music coming forward. They are already working on a Midgard track, and by that it means that we are going to be getting other tracks to the other stages as well. So that is fantastic. The music is so beautiful. I love music like this, so kudos to you, Ruben, and the devs. Just fantastic, love it, thumbs up all the way. Okay, next we've got a new relic. To unlock this relic you need to beat Vanaheim on expert mode with anybody, and you will unlock it, and then we need to just find it in the realm or in one of your runs. Next, we've got updates to Yggdrasil. We landed up getting an exchange rate of a hard cap of 500. So now you only need 500 leaves to exchange for, seeds to exchange for a leaf. This does make a big difference. Like for me, it was on nearly 3,000 seeds per one leaf. So having only 5,000 per one leaf makes it a lot better. And as you can see, we are now on 797. Leaves on the tree. Now we are going to be trying to get that new relic on Telkor. He is the easiest character to unlock new relics on, just because of the way that his kit works and having the low cooldown and being able to spam an ulti that unlocks relics already is just extremely handy. So we will be playing with Telkor, and we will be trying to get absolutely every single relic in the game. You do start off with the golden statue. That is the best bet to play in any run with Telkor. It just gives you the extra gold that you need in the beginning of the game compared to compared to the other ascensions. So grab yourself that golden statue ascension. Sorry, I don't know, my brain decided to not remember what it was that I was exactly saying, or while I was saying it. So grab yourself golden statue, and then obviously the second ascension will be on the coin upgrade. So we're gonna go see what this is. Poison, that's fine. Poison mushroom works pretty well. It just gives us extra damage. Poison, and we will probably have a pretty decent chance, as you can see over here as well, on picking up a lot of the poison relics. I don't know, it's just how it works with Telkor. For some reason, we do get quite a lot of the poison relics on him, even though he's got a burn focus orientated build path. So there was actually a very long time ago, one of the patches, the developers coded it in so that when you do have, let's say, Telkor, you are more likely to find you're supposed to be more likely to find the fire relics, and as well as the, I would assume, the gold relics. So like the bags of gold and things like that, because that's what his kit revolves around. So what they did is they upgraded the relic system so that when you're playing people like Halfgrim, you'll see the elemental relics more often than other things. When you're playing on Helga, you'll notice you find the health relics more often than anything else, and certain things like that. So they tried to make it so that it isn't 100% guaranteed, but there are increased chances of finding relevant relics for those characters depending on their playstyle. So Thyra finds poison more often, and so on and so forth. So it's still questionable because you will see we're probably going to land up with quite a few health relics on Tolkor, and we shouldn't find any on him. But it makes sense that you still needs to be some form of RNG in the gameplay. You can't really make it so that it's deterministic, because otherwise then everything will be too easy. Imagine I got every single relic I needed and wanted on Tolkor with absolutely no refreshing of the shop, or every single shrine in the beginning is going to have the perfect relics for you for every run. It would make it very boring for one, and the playability would just lose its effect. You wouldn't have that, oh, let me make sure I get this relic, or there wouldn't be that feeling, that joy that comes from finding a mirror in your shrine when it's a rare or epic relic. So it definitely makes sense to me for it to not be deterministic and to be very RNG based. It does make it more exciting. But as you can see now, because of the upgrade on the tree, we do get blue or rare upgrades for some of the gear. If we, from our chests, that is a 50 leaf upgrade in the tree, and it gives you 75% chance to see an upgraded chest option. So in that case, it was for these swords, which I'm actually not going to be using, so let's get rid of them. And we're going to go for the area of effect first here. The reason for that is I actually feel like area of effect is going to be very strong here, and that was actually a suggestion from one of the viewers. If you know who you are, you can put your hand up in the comment section if you would like. Otherwise, in future videos I will mention your name if you would prefer that. But you can let me know down in the comment section which one you prefer. Everyone will know it's you either way. There's another way of doing it, like a very childish way of doing it, but I'm not going to do it, guys. But I do sometimes have very childish moments, so you got to excuse me, although I am, of a certain age and I should act my age. It's very difficult sometimes. You got to go through life with a lot of joy in it, and sometimes the only way to face certain hardships is to just smile and be happy, because there's nothing else that can be done, and anything else you do is really going to just make things worse. Sometimes you need to just find the happiness in everything that happens. And I'm not talking about like huge drastic things that are going to cause PTSD to you, but I'm talking about just like your general day-to-day life sort of stories. You didn't have the best time at work, or whatever the case may be, then you can maybe have an animal at home, so go enjoy that time with your animal, or go make happy times doing something, whether it be gaming or even watching my videos or whatever the case may be. Then that's going to just help with that slight sadness that you might feel, or whatever the case may be. I don't know, just my personal opinion on that whole thing. It doesn't work with everything. It's just like a short-term thing on trying to live life to its fullest and the happiest that you can, because happiness always makes yourself as well as everyone else feel better. A smile a day keeps depression away. Look at that, I'm a poet and I don't even know it. Okay, Mighty Bow is actually a pretty good relic over there. So what's going to happen is we are going to spend absolutely all of our money buying everything in the shop and refreshing the shop, and that's going to allow us to buy absolutely every relic in the game. And then obviously the relics that we don't need to use, like the life relics, or the relics that don't really provide us with anything, like this relic over here, besides for taking money away from me, doesn't provide us with any good, so we actually turn it into gold. What I mean by turn it into gold is we use Olga's Blessing to make it into gold for our character, but we'll only turn it into gold after we've spent all of our money in the shop, and that way we don't lose out on money. Because if I spend it, if I had to get rid of it now, I am going to be losing money. And while I'm saying that, I did actually land up getting rid of the sword, and maybe I should never have done that, because that could have been an extra 5 or 3 to 5 gold for me to have spent in the shop, later. I mean, if I am 5 gold short of getting myself like a reset or something legendary, or the new legendary relic that we are looking for, Prism, then, you know, that's going to be very upsetting because, you know, I would have had it. Alright, but I'm sure we will still get it, because even if we don't pick it up in the shop, there's a very high chance of our ultimate giving it to us, because that's just how it works. Alright, so we've got enough points now for that. We can go for this, and we can actually grab the attraction now. We don't have to go for the XP. Actually, that I do. Yeah, we don't really need XP so much, so we aren't too worried about that. But we will be grabbing it eventually just to complete the heart. I mean, to complete the skill tree. Also, later on, if we do pick up some weapons, then we might need the heart for that. So as you can see, we get ourselves a 0.5 second duration on the coins. That's going to be very good for breaking chests, as well as just overall damage. Having a higher rate or duration on these weapons does make it a lot better. So item attraction, very, very big on Tolkor. Getting yourself the item attraction relic as well is very good for him. That does come in handy, especially when you grab yourself infinite bag and you are looking at grabbing all that money as quickly as possible. So anything to do with duration as well as item attraction is going to be extremely beneficial on Telcor, and the reason we ran away from the elite there was actually to go and grab ourselves more gold, because there we go, we made it in time. Alright, because, you know, we need as much gold as possible for the shop, so let's go and buy everything. Sorry, for some reason thought I already had that dancing spear. And I was like, hang on a second, I've already got this. Why is it showing that to me? Alright, so we're going to grab this. We're not going to grab the mirror just yet, because as you can see, we are spending all of our money. So we are going to re-roll it. It will come back to us, definitely. So we will wait till we need to use it a little bit more. We are probably going to be getting rid of a lot of these relics that you see us picking up. And that's just because we need to have as much money as possible when leaving the shop. And we are going to put points into some of the other weapons, because again, as you can see, we are spending a lot of our money in the shop. So let's see over here. Again, we're going to now go and have a look at what we've picked up and whether we need all of it. So we don't need the health relics. We don't need a lot of the weapon relics that we've picked up and things like that. So we will land up, we're not going to be, do you know what, we might use electric cage. We don't need that. We don't need this. And what else did we pick up? Everything else is a little bit okay. Things that we won't be using will be that, this. We're not going to use Manny's bow or the slingshot. We are okay with Meteor Crown, so we'll stick around with that. And we are on 50 coins. I think that's okay. We can actually get rid of the bow as well. That's fine. And let's just re-roll this once and twice or a couple of times. Let's try and get ourselves damage. There we go. And we will level this all the way up. Give us damage, please. Damage, please. There we go. That's perfect. 130 damage. That should be perfectly fine. And I think we are going to grab the goblet right now just to help us there. So we're on 37 gold. It is very risky to be on this amount of gold, but having the crown on us is going to assist us with the extra damage needed. And we should be up in the money very, very soon. So let's go and see what else we can do. 50% cooldown on the crown, legendary option over there. Like I mentioned earlier, we do have the option that is going to give us more chance to get, well, we are guaranteed, well, not guaranteed, there's a 75% chance to get an upgrade in the chest, and because we picked up a epic chest there, we rolled the 75% chance and we got ourselves a legendary upgrade. It would have been better if it was for the coin, because that's where most of our damage is coming from, but you know, we can't be picky about what the game gives us. We kind of got to make the most out of it. And 50% cooldown reduction on a skill that I'm happy to use is very, very strong. So very, very happy with that, if it isn't coin or not anyway. The coin. Alright, we have 2 skill points. We need more levels. We will start putting it into XP now because we still need to get quite a few of them. As you can see, we are also working on our money again because we are Telcor. We need as much money as possible, and we will grab that as much as possible. Again, item attraction, very good on Telcor because that is what makes it so that you are able to get the money attracted to you a lot further away from where you are standing. So let's see if we can get cooldown from this RNG tonic. That would be best case scenario. Damage would be very good as well. Even area of effect we would be quite happy with. So we landed up with effective probability, not the greatest option from there, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We can't really be picky. Would be nice if I mean, it wouldn't be called RNG tonic though if we had the choice of what to pick, but maybe a future relic, a legendary option, could be a you know, a specific buff that you get of your choosing. So we get like a legendary tonic. It would be called anti-RNG tonic, maybe. That would be quite a cool little thing to have. And it allows you to pick any stat that you want, and it gives you a 30 to 40% boost to that stat. So that could be a very, very interesting relic to have in the game. I will put a suggestion out into the, you know, the suggestion things on Discord and see what other people as well as the devs think about that one. And you guys watching this can let me know what you think about a relic like that. Do you think it would be too strong? Again, it would be of legendary quality, so it wouldn't be something that you would find in every single game. So I don't know, making it legendary does make it, you know, have a better weighting in terms of fairness. So you're not going to find it every game, and therefore it's going to be worth it. So, you know, trying to look for that, just like how you try and look for reset in the shop all the time, it's going to be the same with that. So finding yourself the enhancer relics, reset, connect. On Telcor, getting yourself connect is probably the best relic you will ever find on him. Even better than reset for him because obviously you can't reset his main ability. So getting yourself the relic there is just fantastic. The connect relic, it lets you get absolutely busted amounts of you know, every single stat, and it is just insane. So we've got more magnetite here, which means that we get even more money, or not money, but more item or money attraction, and that's going to be very helpful in the fourth wave for us. Again, we are only going to spend up to 250. We are going to buy a golden ring in the next shop, and the reason for that is we want to have a high chance of getting as much gold as possible. Actually, I'll do it this run. Let's see if we can find a golden ring, and if we do find one, we will land up using the infinity bag and grabbing as much money as possible because we want to obviously spend as much as possible inside the shop. If we land up rolling mirror on our ulti, that will actually be really terrible for us right now. We do want to try and pick it up as a first item in the shop if possible, just so that we don't have to worry too much about the amount of money we have to spend in the shop. But again, just looking for the golden ring. Although they did add statues to the game, maybe the statue amount needs to be increased because as you can see, we don't really have any problems picking up all of the, I mean, just, you know, running around, and we don't see many statues sitting around all over the place. So maybe on the Ragnarok levels, that could be something that they do to make it harder, where they increase the amount of statues on the map. But and I don't know, it depends on where on the map you are. Sometimes it looks like it could be quite heavily populated with them, and other times it looks like there aren't any for days, so you could still quite easily AFK in that spot if you wanted to. But here we go, wave 3 boss fight. Unfortunately, we didn't find a gold ring, but we can't really do much about that. As you can see, we did pick up an XP ring earlier and we used it, and we're still getting all of the XP from that ring. So very, very interesting. We had a lot of XP on the floor that we didn't pick up, and as you can see, we're still gaining even more levels, and we just used it again. So you know, yay levels. Alright, so here's the mirror. We are going to use it for now. We're on 499 gold, and the reason for that is we want to spend as much gold as possible. Even if we bought this bag, it's not going to give us the gold back, so we are going to roll past it. Again, picking up absolutely everything. If we find a legendary ruin, we will pick it up, and we will pick up a gold coin as well for the last stage, just to get as much gold back as possible. Again, we've got this. If I buy it, as you can see, we don't get the gold. I could have probably waited to have bought it, but it is what it is. I just wasted gold. That's fine. Let's keep going. Here's a gold ring. Let's just buy that. And then I think we can go down to like 150 gold. We would be in a good spot to do that anyway. And we can go from there. Again, looking for the new relic. We've picked up, we've seen quite a few. Ooh, there we go. Finally, we unlocked it. It didn't take too long. It says attacks nearby enemies with beams of light. So we're going to see what that looks like exactly. We have it on top of our head now, and we're going to be in a fantastic spot using it. So what else do we need over here? Nothing. We're not going to spend. Oh, we could look for connect. So let's go and get rid of all of the items we can't use. We can't use that. We can't. No, we can use this one. We can't use the prism. We don't need. What else don't we need? We can't use that. We can't use this. So that's 145 gold. Let's see what else we can grab over here. We don't need the other weapons, so we will get rid of those as well. And there's the connect, and there is damage ascension for the crystals. So that's perfect. Those are the other legendaries. We don't need any more. We've got 2 ascension crystals, and we can actually get rid of all of these. We're going to ascend the prism because it's new. So let's go and see what that's like. And we've also got this to get rid of. So that's fantastic. 86 gold will be in a fantastic spot. Let's level this up. It is a holy typing. It's crystal armor. I don't know what that means, but anyway. And let's go and take a look over here. So 14 projectiles right now. We are going to reset the weapon as well, which is going to be fantastic, as well as having increased duration and attack speed area as well. We are going to lose 100% damage, but that's worth it. Light beams now burn, bounce, and reduce their cooldown by 50%. That is huge. Huge. And you can even see it added the bounce stats over there to it. So let's keep going. Hopefully it doesn't let us increase bounce. No, but what it does mean is if we do get a bounce ruin, then it is going to affect that in a very fantastic way. 42 projectiles. I don't think we've got any, unfortunately, from there in terms of right there, but let's see what happens. And oh, okay, so it looks very you don't even get to see the lasers. We deal damage so quickly with everything. I am actually going to get rid of the meteor crown. I don't think we need it anymore. Gives us the money and the points back, so we are going to get rid of that. Again, it's just because we don't need it. We've got so much damage coming from our coins as well as this beam now. As you can see, it is going off. I am going to get rid of the mushrooms as well, although they are giving us poison damage. We do have the burn 2 thing, and wrong mushroom. I nearly made a boo-boo there. Alright, let's go over here. There we go. The top one, we're getting rid of the poisonous mushroom because we want to get as much out of the laser beams as possible. You know, just to get that indication of, you know, this is how it works and this is what we're getting. So let's go grab this gold over here. And now we're going to wait to grab as much gold as possible because we're going to go and use our infinity bag and pick up all of the gold in the stage before the final boss, and then we are going to completely wreck him in a good amount of seconds. Obviously the boss does have phases, so I will show you where to stand during the phasing of the boss. And our we know we need to actually work on our cooldown because it does look like it is very, very high right now still, and that is unacceptable. It needs to be a lot lower. Alright, Holy Sword we don't need. We're not going to bother picking it up. Again, we don't need every relic in the game. I just wanted to unlock this relic. And again, to do that was to use Tolkor. And this was the perfect example of how it works. We even picked up the attack enhancer rune, relic, sorry. And that's the way to unlock these things, to unlock every relic in the game and get all of your glossary complete and everything. Playing with Talcor is your best bet. And we've actually got poison to lightning over there. As you can see, electric, sorry, in this game it's called electric, not lightning. And as you can see, we just completely annihilating everything. We got so much poison on the floor. We've picked up a discount coupon for our runes, which will be very, very strong later on. You do every single normal type rune will be free of charge, but unfortunately that does require a lot from us. So we're not going to spend our money. We are going to get as much coin as possible from grabbing Infinity Bag and just stacking as much of it as possible on the map right now. Hello, when do you... I found a bug, guys. It's not going down. There was no number on that shrine for some reason. So that's a little bit of a bug. Easy enough, just a graphical glitch. No problem coming from there. Just a tiny little bug, which we can get fixed by the devs very easily. Alright, so now we're just going to run around, get as much damage, I mean not damage, as much coin to be on the floor as possible, and then we will use the Infinity Bag and push E as soon as we are about to fight or go through the portal. So a little bit after that second elite fight coming up, we will use it. And we are going to be in a fantastic spot. I really like this beam. The fact that it bounces and then also burns and increases the or reduces the cooldown is fantastic. And the fact that you can also make it bounce more times is also really, really cool. So if you're ever lucky enough to find it on someone that you're struggling to, you know, do the game on or with, then definitely going to be a weapon that helps you. But because it is so strong, it is a legendary relic. A bit sad about that. It would be nice to find it more commonly. Maybe they can make it slightly weaker and make it less you know, not legendary. That way I can play with it more. But unfortunately, being legendary means you have to do a lot of runs before you will find it in the shop. Pick up all the XP. We are going to be on a huge amount of XP already. This is only on... Oh no, I messed up. I panicked with the time. Oh no. Oh man, okay, that's really unfortunate. We don't need to get more money, but oh man, that would have been so fun. I messed up with the timing. I panicked as soon as I saw that we were out of time. I got distracted by the amazing beams. So, you know, that unfortunately is what cost us over there. We do have shields, so we don't have to worry about getting hit. And we can just instantly phase him. We can just stand over here. Oops. I was about to say that way we don't, you know, have problems with the lasers. And then I went and stood too close to them. But there we go. Fantastic. Finished. And the prism... I don't know, obviously it didn't do any damage because the coin did all the damage, but a very, very nice weapon. I'm quite happy with it, and it can deal a lot of damage. I mean, projectiles 43, but there weren't 43 enemies near us because of the coin. So very, very interesting relic. It would be very nice to be able to see how it performs when you aren't using the coin or, you know, insanely buffed Talcor. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.